Hi, we're at NAMM 19 at the Elektron booth, and this year we're showing Overbridge 2 and model samples as well, which you can see on the other video. But let's have a look at the Overbridge on this video here. And so what I have is that the Digitone and the analog heat connected to the overhub via only USB. Notice that there is no analog ins or outs or MIDI or anything. It's just USB and power. This is how Overbridge runs with USB. You get multi-track audio, MIDI, sample accurate sync, and a great way to streamline your workflow into a DAW because of the plugins that we offer. So if we look at the plugins here, you can see that it's very responsive and it's almost like a Digitact on your screen with an easier interface layout because you have a bigger screen and higher contrast, etc. So we're making good advantage of that. And at the same time, the audio is going into the computer via the USB cable. And let's have a look at the sync first. This is something like we're very happy with. So now I have set it to sync to clock transport. And if I press play, it starts running. Okay, but we're only hearing the Digitact output here. Digitact plugin is here, and it's got some effects, which we'll come to that in a bit. And so let's try to sync. So I'm going to let's stop this here, solo that track too, and I have these break beats, so I'm just gonna launch one of them. Yeah, that sounds pretty okay. Yeah. So that's the sync there, and so that the audio going into Ableton, you can now, of course, apply all these effects, and I have hooked them up to a MIDI controller here. So you can do all these tricks because the computer allows you to do them, and so it's a great combination of the both worlds. That's kind of like my favorite part of the DAW is the effects and the multi-track recording, which we should get to it now. So now if I press that, now I have all the tracks individually coming from Digitact into the Ableton, and they're all here, and I've soloed them, so we're only hearing the individual outputs. And of course, if I go on the screen and press record, everything is going to be recorded. It's a great way to work with a computer if you're using electronic music machines, and if you are being creative on them, if you're making stuff on them that you want to reflect and put into your music production. And then moving on, we have the analog heat, and that's where the plugin is. You've been seeing it all the time. It's the same thing, you know, everything responds when I change something here. The filter will change. If I change the analog character, you get to see it on the screen. It's almost like having a VSDI version of actual hardware. Well, not almost, but that's actually what it is. So with the analog heat, with using Overbridge and analog heat, you have an analog processing device for your digital audio workstation. And this is a pretty cool thing to have because the digital audio can be a bit cold sometimes, and you can really warm it up and crunch it up on the analog heat. So let's do that. What I have here is, of course, the Digitact output was here. This is a plugin. And I have another channel here, which is the analog heat plugin here. But what I would do is that I select audio from the Digitact channel. So now, without any ins and outs, the audio of the Digitact goes into the computer via USB, gets processed by Ableton, spits it back into the heat, process, get it back into Ableton. This is a really convenient way to switch things around and use your existing gear to be processed by heat without changing cables around, because you have such a great way to in and out all the stuff. Yeah, let's try it. So then now it's the analog heat being processed on it, and I've got like a compressor type of setting with a lot of the envelope follower. And of course, this can be all recorded into the computer as you're playing. And it's a great way to feed the digital audio and your external into the analog processing in a DAW world. Yeah, it almost sounds a bit unreal when I say it, and yeah, it's actually working too. It's really cool. So that's what I can show you with Ableton and Overbridge. But what I'd like to show you else, which is very exciting for me, is the Digitact plugin. Well, not only Digitact, but we have standalone plugins for all the Overbridge devices. Straight away I run the plugin, the standalone application, not the plugin, and straight away it works. And yeah, the audio is coming out from the computer through my sound card. It becomes part of it, and you get to see all the controls in front of you. And the extra goodiness is that you can record all the individual tracks individually on the standalone application. Even the inputs can be treated totally separately. So each of the Overbridge devices that we offer are actually audio interfaces also. It's a great way to make the most out of the Elektron devices. And the standalone application is for the rhythm, the Analog 4 Mark II Mark 1, or Analog Heat Mark II Mark 1, the Digitact, and yeah, the Digitone. It has to wait a bit, and that's the reason why we're in a public beta, partly the reason. So we're gonna have a standalone application just like as it is, and a VSTi AU plugin for it in the future, and then we will release as a full. Currently, the Overbridge 2.0 is released as a public beta, and it can be downloaded from our from the Elektronos forum, and hopefully, you guys will use it, and you people will use it, and submit any reports that you find. Because we're at a stage where we're really carefully fixing all the little bugs and the compatibility issues. Because imagine we have PC, Mac, and both of them have got different operating systems. You have Ableton, you have all the other stuff. You can connect hard drive. All these things that we are actually taking care of and getting feedback from our users, and to make that a very stable Overbridge product. That's what we're aiming for. And yeah. That's all I have to say, and thank you very much for watching, and thanks for Bedroom Producers for coming over. Thank you.